So I want to welcome y'all to another episode of Grade School Media. This is Tony Ray. And again, I want to explain what Grade School Media is for people who don't know. Grade School Media is basically we cover nostalgic content, covering a lot of content we've seen from the 90s, a lot of things we watched on TV as kids. Maybe people we haven't seen in a while. That's what Grade School Media is. We learning. We students of the game. And so right now I have a special guest, Miss Shar Jackson. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
It's an honor to have you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I want to just jump right into it because I was looking at your Instagram this morning. So on your bio it says actress, of course.
Yes.
Director.
Yes.
CEO.
Yes.
Philanthropist.
Yes.
And it says you're an advocate, of course, but a gamer.
Oh, what hardcore?
So let's start right there. So what game? What when you say gamer, what type of gamer?
Like hardcore. Like so. Right now, my favorite game for a long time has been everything in the Fallout series.
Okay.
So I'm excited. You know, Fallout's got a new show coming out.
Okay.
Like that.
Okay.
That's my thing. Like I have a whole gaming setup at my house, and the whole background is all Fallout because that's my favorite. But I play a little bit of everything. Like I used to compete in like competitions and all that stuff. So
okay,
hardcore.
That's dope. So I want to jump right into it for the people who don't know. Like I said, you don't even. I was looking at your page this morning. You don't even do interviews.
Yeah.
So I appreciate this. I really do. And you look great, by the way.
Thank you.
It's been a while. We all haven't seen you in a while, but you look great. You still. You in here.
You know, I've been composed. You know, whatever this is, you know, God is keeping us together.
Yes,
so
black don't crack anyway. So but let's. I want to start with your childhood.
Okay.
So where were you born and raised?
So I was born in Boston.
Okay.
But I was raised, I guess, in LA because I moved out here when I was 3.
Okay.
My mom and my dad are both from here, but they were in the military, so that's how Boston came into play. And so when my grandmother passed away when I was 3, well, she didn't pass away, but she went into a coma until she passed away, basically. But that happened when I was 3, so we came out here to take over her property, and I've been here ever since.
What age was that?
3.
3. So about what age did you start acting?
3.
3.
Yeah.
Okay. So that early, like.
Yeah.
What was your first experience like at 3 as far as acting is concerned?
I mean, I don't really remember, but I know the way that I was found or discovered, I guess. My mom just had me, we were in the mall, and, you know, back then they would have like scouts and things like that. Agencies would have scouts, and one of them came up to her and was just like, "Oh my God, your baby's really cute. I think, you know, she might be good for blah, blah, blah." And then it just kind of happened. My mom was like, "Sure." Next thing I know, I was like doing commercials and, you know, being that cute little baby.
Okay. Do you remember your first like official major role? I know if you started early at 3, then what was like your first role that you remember? Major role.
I mean, I think the thing that like the first role that kind of sticks out or the experience is probably when I was like around 12 or 13. I think I was 12. And this is like one of the biggest moments that I just remember. Again, I was acting way before that and doing stuff, and it was great. And it was just fun as a kid, you know. But when I had turned 12 is when I kind of got serious about it. I was up for a lead in this series where I had to test. This was my first test for the network. And the role was really funny because it came down to myself and my cousin Cherry. It was between us, and the person who was playing our dad in that, I think he had already gotten the job, was William Allen Young.
Nice. Okay.
And I just remember testing with him and Vanessa Bell Calloway, and you know, it was this big thing. It's like, oh, you're about to have your own sitcom, and it was crazy, and that's like the biggest, like first big moment that I really remember.
William Allen Young, that's interesting. So
Yeah.
what from that time, 12, 13, what age was Moesha?
Oh God, I didn't do Moesha till I was 18.
Okay, so that's from that stint to then, were there any other major projects that?
Yeah, oh God, yeah. I was doing all kinds of stuff. I was did a bunch of movies. I did a bunch of guest stars on other shows and stuff like that. It was kind of just building up my resume at that point. And learning that I love what I was doing.
Nice. Well, so I want to talk about Good Burger too. Was
Okay.
Good Burger before or after Moesha?
Good Burger was during Moesha.
During Moesha,
Yeah,
okay.
so I think when we did Good Burger, I was 20, 21, something like that.
Okay.
So we were already like deep in Moesha.
Okay.
Um,
Talk about your experience, like filming Good Burger, just the whole experience around. Cause that's a classic, like to this day. And then of course, they came out with Good Burger too, and we were kind of weary about it, but it was actually nice. Like it kind of still lines up with today's times. But of course, Good Burger is the original. Like we all love that.
The OG. A Good Burger, honestly, is probably one of the most fun experiences I ever had.
Nice.
We were stupid on set. Like, I don't know how we got any work done because we were idiots, and we had a blast, and it was nonstop laughter. And yeah, that was like one of the best jobs I ever did.
Yeah, I'm kind of skipping around here because I went from Good Burger to Moesha, but backtracking to the 16-ish age, can you talk about like, okay, you on set, you working, what shows were you working on at that time?
16, I was doing this show called South Central.
Okay.
I did this other show called My So-Called Life. My So-Called Life was a little later, but South Central, guest starring on things like Rock. I did CB4, Meteor Man, like just a bunch of little things in that time. But mainly the show that I was working on was South Central.
So during that time, you working on South Central, you was 16, 17?
16, definitely
still
16.
Still in school?
I graduated when I was 15.
Oh wow! Can
Yeah.
you talk about that? That's another thing that we like to know too. Like as far as being an actress or an actor, how do you manage being a full-time actress, and then going to school as well too?
Well, when you're a minor, you have to go to school on set, so that kind of plays into it. But I was also enrolled in like regular school. I never really went because I was always working.
Yeah.
So they would do this thing where they would give me packets of work that I'd have to do, and I'd take that to set, and we would do that there. And I just kind of was like, I don't feel like doing this all the time, so let me just kind of power through it, and that's what I did. It wasn't hard. I mean, you have a certain amount of hours on set as a child that you have to be in class, so I just utilized that time and finished.
What about during that time? Because of course, you hear about a lot of childhood actors, and kind of they don't get a chance to have a childhood. At least, did you get to go to prom or do no school activities like that? Okay.
But at first I thought like I felt bad about it, like I didn't get a prom or I didn't do winter dances or whatever. But I mean, later on in life, like I got a couple proms on TV. I got Moesha, I got Clueless. There's a couple other shows where I got to have a prom, and so I realized I didn't really miss much.
So you were in a number of TV projects. Steve Harvey Show, Moesha, of course, Smart Guy.
Yeah.
Like, talk about
every show that was out, I think I guest starred on.
Can you talk about set life too? Because I'm always interested. Of course, I worked at Warner Brothers Studios at one time, so I was able to see a lot of stuff. Can you talk about set life, even like on Moesha, for instance? I know that's kind of like speeding past the 16 age, but like 21, 22, filming Moesha. What's the set life like?
I mean, I had my dressing room or my trailer, depending on what lot we were on, and I basically had to make that my home because that's where I spent the majority of my time. You know, we're there 18 hours a day, so you got to make that space yours. And for me, I did. I had like my Xbox there, my PlayStation, whatever I was playing at the time, and
real gamer.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's not a joke.
Yeah.
And so I would have that in my room. I would have my little mini fridge, and they used to make fun of me on Moesha because, like, if you needed anything, you could just come to my room, and I promise I had it. And I had 2 of them because I'm a Virgo with OCD. So, you make it comfortable. You know what I mean? Because that's where you spend the majority of your time. And then for me, I was also a young parent.
Okay.
So I would have a room next to mine where we would set up for my kids. You know what I mean? So
I have that down too. Talk about that. How was that managing being a full-time mother and a full-time actress at the same time?
Thank God I had my mom, who was like my lifesaver because she was always on set with me.
Nice.
My entire career as a child. And then when I became a parent, she was still there with the kids. So I didn't really get to spend too much time away from them because they were there.
Yeah.
So if it was a situation where we could have them there, then they were there. And and when they weren't with me, they were with Nana.
Nice. Shout out to mom.
Yeah.
Now, do you have any specific TV show or movie that's your favorite project that you worked on? Do you have like a fella, oh my God, this was the best one, or this is
like I said, the best experience was Good Burger.
Okay.
Like I said, we had a blast. But I think one of the projects that probably means the most to me is Moesha. Like, I mean, I lived with these people for almost 7 years, you know what I mean? And they became my family. So I think that one is probably the most sentimental to me. I mean, that's where I met my best friend in the world. That's where I met, Lamont and Marcus and Fredro. Like, these guys became my brothers, Countess, Brandy became my sister, Shirley Ralph. I love her so much, William Allen Young. So it's just that will always have a special place in my heart. So
that's another thing that a lot of fans want to know too. Like, outside, because the show is so intimate, it seems like we all like a family watching it, and you guys seem like a family on the show. Like, how is that outside of the show? Is it still like family too?
Very much so. Yeah, nice. Very much so. I just talked to Countess the other day. Like, we don't all speak every day, but I mean, what family does? I don't really know too many people who speak to their my brother, I barely talk to that fool, but we keep in touch, and it's always love, whenever we do get to talk or see each other, it's always love, and that's awesome.
Nice. Shar, what's something that you would like the world to know about you they probably don't know?
There's so many layers to me. It's insane.
Like I said earlier, I didn't know you were a gamer. That was new to me till
like hardcore gamer. It's not a joke. I used to. So, for instance, like, I was the only female celebrity streamer for Mixer.
Okay.
And then they went under, but it had nothing to do with me. Yeah. But you don't pay somebody $800 million to leave their last platform and come over there thinking they're going to bring their crowd. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, there's so many things. Like, I don't know if the world knows that I'm an avid martial artist.
Okay.
I have been my whole life.
So you like that? You're not even playing. It's not a game.
It's not a game. Like, I have 5 black belts.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. I don't want no smoke.
Yeah, no one does.
I don't.
Yeah, no one does. And I mean, that's a huge accomplishment for me.
Okay.
Another huge accomplishment that I feel that I'm proud of. I don't know if people know.
What age did you start martial arts?
Again, 3.
3?
Oh, yeah. My mom did not play, dude. She was like, you can walk, you can do this then.
Oh, wow. Okay. Shout out to mom.
Yeah, my mom's a beast, dude. Another thing I'm really, I guess, proud of is the fact that I did graduate when I was 15, and I right now hold 2 master's degrees, which
Nice.
I had by the time I was 22.
What do you have? What are they in?
One's in forensic science and the other's in psychology.
The whole package. Actress, martial arts, degrees.
I'm a big brain. I'm a brain. Yeah.
So let me ask you this, because of course, how do all these years you've been in the game and everything you've done, how do you stay out of the negative press? Like, how do you stay out of that?
Oh my God. Okay, so if I have control over it, you'll never see me in the negative press. Only time I get negative press is when other people in my life decide they want to do some things. But I'm not saying any names.
Yeah.
You don't know. But I just, I just live a normal, chill life. You know what I mean? I don't attract drama because I don't give drama. So, and I feel like you're a big reflection of what you put out, you get back. And I try to just live a chill life, love the people that I love, take care of the people that I take care of, and stay away from drama.
Yeah. And that's good too. You always talked about your mom being on set. That seemed like that helped a lot. Like
110%.
It seemed like more the parents that's involved in their child's careers is like,
So there's 2 different kinds of parents in the industry. They're the ones who remain parents and they don't care that you're on TV or that you're famous and how much money. They don't care. They're still your mom.
Right.
And then there's the other parent who gets caught up in all the stuff and they love that you're a star and, they want to be famous too and blah, blah, blah. And they become your employee. And I feel like the kids that had that kind of parent maybe didn't have such a great experience, and maybe they're not doing too well now because of they lost their foundation.
Yeah.
My mom did not care. Okay. I remember one time I was like 5 or 6 years old. We had been on set filming all day. And then we got home and I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go to bed. And my mom was like, oh, no. It's your night to do the dishes. And I looked at my mom and I was like, dishes? I'm a star. And my mom turned on that little one light over the sink and she was like, okay, well, Star and Shar does the dishes. Action. And walked out of the room. And we never had a problem after that about me thinking
That's real.
that I was a star.
That's real. Yeah, your mom's solid for that though, because she know what was going on.
Yeah, she was like, and okay, let's put a stop to this immediately.
That's what's up, man. My mom had played a big part in my career so far too. Shout out to all the moms out there.
That's right.
So I want to talk about this too. Can you talk about your reaction to working with some of your co-stars and some of them passing away, like Lamont Bentley and
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard. We lost a lot of our family, Lamont hit me super hard. It's something I'll never recover from. I deal with it every day and get better, but I miss him dearly. Like I said, I met my best friend, Yvette Wilson, who was like the yin to my yang in this industry. Like I feel like in this industry, you have to have somebody that always has your back, and you have to have their back because there's a lot of shady stuff that goes on.
For sure.
So to know that you have someone looking out for you and you're looking out for them is an amazing thing, and it's pretty rare. And she was that for me. And when I lost her, that messed me up pretty bad.
Yeah, shout out to rest in peace for one, but
yeah,
it seemed like you holding it down though. They smiling, looking at
I
us.
have to. Like it took me a couple years after Vet passed, and then I think she came to me in a dream one night and was like, "Okay, well, you've done that. Now you need to do what you're supposed to be doing."
Yeah,
and I had to snap out of it and continue to live my life. But it was hard losing her, and we've lost so many. We lost
for sure.
Merlin and Bernie and. I mean, the list goes on and on. Like it, and I love every single one of them.
Yeah, for sure. Rest in peace. Rest in
Yeah.
power. Last week I was just watching. You were on the last season of the Bernie Mac show.
Yeah.
I'll talk about that experience.
It was really cool because when Bernie saw me, like he ran to me and gave me the biggest hug and was just like, "All right, baby girl, now you're in my house, so I got to make sure I take care of you," and it was just really awesome. Like I said, when you become family, like we stay family. And I got the biggest greeting being on that show, and I was gonna be there a lot more, but Bernie, was ill, and so the show ended. But yeah, it was a good time.
Nice. So I asked you this already, but let's talk about it from like another standpoint. As you get older, like even saying that you worked on the last season of the Bernie Mac show, how does that change, like being a full-time mom now that you're older? Your child is older, but you still full-time actress. How do you juggle that?
Yeah, so when the kids started school, then they weren't on set as much because they had to actually go to their schools. And like I said, that's when my mom kind of had to really step up and make sure things were. My mom and my sister actually both kind of just stepped in and made sure the kids got where they needed to be, on time, took them to all their lessons and classes and all that stuff. And then I'd sometimes make it home to cook dinner or put them to bed, you know what I mean? And that was rough for me.
Okay.
But luckily, like when Moesha ended, the kids were still fairly young, probably like 9 and 10.
Okay.
In that realm. And so I was able to like throw myself into like full motherhood, you know what I mean? And it was good. It was really good. And then I'd never stepped out of that role because then I had my other 2 kids and I've been hands-on with them from jump. So I found a way to balance it out. And on top of that, as my career got more established and people knew my name, and I got a little more, not necessarily legitimacy in the business, but a little more credit, that people started putting a little respect on my name. When that happened, then I could kind of change the rules of what I needed. Well, I'm not going to work that day because my kids do X, Y, and Z. And they would be like, okay. Whereas in the beginning, that wasn't the case.
Yeah. When you look back on your career as an actress and everything you've done, what's something that you've learned? What's the most thing that you've learned the most? Like just looking back on your career, what have you learned the most being an actress?
That it's just a job. It's just a job, and all of the hoopla and glitter and rainbows and all that. It's not real. It's just a job. It's a cool job, but it's just a job, and it doesn't make you any different or any better than anybody or anything. I tell people the way I describe that job is, I'm like the popular kid in school. That's all it is. We're still in the same school. People just know me, and it taught me to protect what's most sacred to me. You can't share everything with everybody.
That's a fact.
And that was a hard lesson that I learned. But I think it made me a better protector of my family, and of myself, my space, my mental.
Nice. I agree. Now look, are you working on any new projects right now? Is there anything new coming up that we should be looking out for that you can talk about?
Okay, so that's the thing. Like when you're working on stuff, like you can't even talk about it. But yeah, I am working on some projects. Like I said, my kids kind of just looked at me and was like, "We love that you're home, Mom, but I'm gonna need you to go to work." I started all these other businesses and things so that I could be home with the kids, and they were like, "Yeah, no, that's all great, and I'm happy that you have that." But you should go to work, so so then I just started producing and doing some stuff behind the scenes for a little bit, and every now and then just kind of popping up, doing a couple projects. And now I'm like fully immersed back into what I think God put me here to do, is entertain. And so it's going to be an exciting year.
Okay.
Just, I guess, follow my socials to keep up with it, because when I can share, I will. But I'm like branching off, doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I was going to give us your social media handles too for those who don't have. I mean, you could type Shar Jackson in on Instagram. She's going to come up.
Right. But I mean, like to be official, like I think it's like at Shar _ Jackson for Instagram. And then on Twitter, not Twitter, no, because it's X now, right?
Right, X. They changed.
Okay. That's just like at Shar Jackson, and then, or at Shar J, and then TikTok is The Real Sherlock Holmes, which is my gaming name, by the way.
Yeah. Closing out, it seemed like you like a real dope, down to earth person, and I feel like a lot of people again want to hear from you. Is there anything else, shout outs or anything else you want the people to know about you or know before we close out?
I mean, I guess I just want to say that I want to thank all the fans, and everybody who's followed my career. And a lot of people lately have really just been reaching out to give me my roses. And I think that's so amazing, because I didn't realize the impact that my career and the projects that I've been a part of like impacted people. I didn't know. And so for people to tell me and appreciate my work and my art, it means the world to me. And I definitely just want to thank them for that. But yeah, that's kind of the stuff that made me decide that I need to be doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Because obviously it helped people and maybe change people's day or their lives or whatever. And if I could be a part of that, then why would I stop?
Yeah. Is there a cap for you? Is there a retirement? Or it's just whenever you feel like it? Because I mean...
Yeah, I guess it's when Hollywood goes, "You're old, and no, you can't. We don't want you anymore." But God is preserving this package, so I don't know. You might be stuck with me for a while.
I just say black definitely don't crack. But hey, Shar Jackson, I appreciate you. You know, this is an honor. Like I said, us on the East Coast, like I said, we in LA, but us on the East Coast, we really respect everyone's work. Like I said, shout out to Marcus Park for putting this together.
That's my boo.
Um, Everybody from the '90s era, we all like, you know, we interested and we want to see what y'all doing. We want to hear from y'all. So I appreciate you. I'm sure the fans appreciate you. And yeah, we closing out. This is Grade School Media. Thank y'all. Screw, screw.